I genuinely love studying engineering at Brighton, mainly because of the fact that we do hands-on stuff like Robot Wars. The design restrictions that we have set on the robot are actually given to us in, I think, a 50-page document, which is set out by a different robotics league within the UK.
If you've seen Robot Wars on the TV show, one of the famous robots is Hypno, which has a large saw blade disc which just spins this way around. So our robot is more inspired by the robot Minotaur, which has a drum spinner, which instead of spinning this way around, spins upwards and vertically.
We started building the robot pretty much the week after we started Robot Wars, because we had intensive design project before that. And once we finished that, we started immediately thinking about robot designs. We made our CADs and another week to figure out what types of motor controllers we're going to use.
One of the best parts of it is gaining trust in other people. When you're working by yourself, it's quite easy to be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But with a project like this, you can't do it yourself. You need to rely on others to get it right. And I think that's one of the nicest things about this project, is that teamwork part.
We have pretty much everything we need, from power supplies to all the equipment that we would possibly need to make whatever type of controller we chose to make.
If this were any other university, you'd be told, let's design something on this sort of software and then simulate it and tell me your results, and then write a 50,000-page report on this simple simulation. Whereas we build, we fight, we do the report like you almost would in industry.
The academics are very involved. Ian Watts, the lecturer who is pretty much in charge of Robot Wars, I cannot tell you how many times I walked into his office and was just like, Ian, motor doesn't work. Ian, can I get another pick? I blew mine. Ian, can I do this? And he would take time off of his lunch break or whenever he was in office. He would sit down with me, help me fix my motor, just guide me through everything, explain things one by one, point by point, even if he'd already explained that to me. So I really appreciate the patience and the level of support that we were able to get.
I know a lot of the other students find the technicians really helpful throughout the process of making the robot, whether that be designing chassis, welding, metal work, for us electricals, people with the technicians at the electronics lab as well, they've all been very helpful.
Just a quick one, boss. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. We started already, just been charging this morning, so I got the wheels on and valve and fight.
Nervous, excited, and yeah, I can't wait to see actually what other people have made.
We've done the most we can with the time frame. We've done lots of testing. Very happy with the power off and pneumatics and the drivetrain, so it should be a good fight.
Yeah.
Stand by, gentlemen. 3, 2, 1, fight!
It was really good, really exciting. Yeah, got second place, so that's good enough for me.
I mean,
Very happy.
Yeah, I think that's can't really sum it up, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good battle. Lots of carnage around, so it was trying not to get stuck. But it was good just to get around and just bash lots of people out the way.
The most important thing I gained from this project was working in multidisciplinary teams. We have a lot of group projects throughout uni, and a lot of them are within our electrical engineering class, but getting to participate with other students, learning from them things that I genuinely wouldn't have come across in my course. My advice for anyone who wants to consider studying engineering at Brighton would be do it, 100% do it. And another thing is be proactive. There are a lot of opportunities in the university, and the only thing they require of you is to be passionate, and the only thing they require for you is to actually ask, and you will receive.